2 a.m. at the Seattle retreat. It's just finished a couple days ago, and I wanted to tell you about one of the classes that really impacted me. So this was Mihai's class on breaking the rules, and what he was talking about was like, what are the rules that we follow as a habit or as something that we do just because that's the rule and we don't always examine it, and how can that limit our dancing? How can it limit us in life if we just follow the rules because we're following them rather than following them or choosing to follow them every time and choosing not to follow them when appropriate. And so we talked about what rules we do follow and what rules we just take for granted. And a lot of the rules that were really interesting for me, well, I'll tell you about one of them that was really interesting. I heard someone say when they were talking about their class that you can't, or they needed somebody else to not use them when they were dancing, not use the connection to dance with them, otherwise they couldn't dance. And I realized when I heard that, I was like, wait a second, when I dance with someone, the cat's a little sad right now. When I dance with someone, if they're not using me for connection, then I can't use them, and I feel like I can't dance. And so I realized that that was one of my rules that was holding me back from being able to dance with people that didn't connect with me. And so for me, that was a really big aha, was like, I don't have to have that as a rule. I can dance with anyone regardless of whether they're connecting with me or not. I just need to change how I dance with them. So that was a big point of, this is the rule that I have. The other really cool thing that we did was we went over, well, how do we break those rules? And we went over, well, what are the things? First, we need to understand the rule and know why, like, know what the rule is. And then we need to understand the value behind the rule, understand why it's there. And also understand the consequences of if we break that rule, what could happen? And are we okay with that happening? And we went through a lot of different ways of how we can break the rules and what might be okay, and different ways of doing it. So it just opened my mind to, well, if there is a rule, how can I break it in a way, you know, what are the many different options that I can pick from, instead of feeling like I only have one option maybe, which is to ask permission, or one option of just being okay with conflicting, like having a conflict and fighting over something. So it was really cool to have a whole bunch of different methods of being able to break those rules, and you pick which one I would use in specific situations.